And set it up for us.
Joe, you guys set it up very well, but what's so remarkable about this indictment is it starts off, as you said, with Jack Smith acknowledging that Donald Trump not only had the right to claim fraud in the election, he had the right to lie about it. He had the First Amendment right to lie, but not to launch a campaign of what Smith called pervasive and destabilizing lies and then act on it. That crossed the line into criminal conspiracy, and the indictment charges 3 separate conspiracies: conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct that official proceeding of Congress on January 6th, and conspiracy to deprive voters of their rights in those 7 states. And what I found remarkable, because there wasn't a lot of reporting on this along the way, is that I was wondering whether they were going to charge, and they did, the plot to subvert the Justice Department, which I found to be the most dangerous part of the whole thing. Because remember, Jeffrey Clark, co-conspirator number 4 in this indictment, wanted the DOJ to send a letter to states saying that the Justice Department had found pervasive fraud in the election, and we recommend that you call your legislature into special session. And as you said, Joe, those Trump-appointed career people at the Justice Department said, that's crazy, we're not doing that, and they stopped it. But nonetheless, Jack Smith has charged it in a conspiracy as part of this indictment here. And the indictment doesn't charge Donald Trump with inciting the violence on January 6th. It doesn't charge him with seditious conspiracy. But what it clearly articulates towards the end is that Donald Trump, as the indictment puts it, tried to exploit and did exploit the violence at the Capitol on January 6th to continue his campaign, his alleged campaign, to try to delay and subvert the lawful transfer of power, in part by calling 7 separate lawmakers. And there's some new evidence about calling senators, even as the violence was unfolding, and asking them to continue to delay. And last thing I'll say is that, and I'm stealing a little bit from Chuck Rosenberg here, so forgive me, Chuck, but there are legitimate defenses. Despite all the evidence that you laid out, a lot of people I talk to think that Donald Trump could persuasively claim that he legitimately believed the election was stolen and or that he was relying on the advice of lawyers. But the problem with that defense is that it seems that it would require him to testify at the trial. Who else can talk about Donald Trump's state of mind? And that obviously would be legally disastrous. So it's a real trap that Jack Smith has set for Donald Trump in a breathtaking 45-page indictment, guys.